Hey, what up, YouTube, man? It's the blind homie Rico Rich, and I'm back at y'all with another man. Hey, we about to see what Drake got going on. Um, yeah, it's been reported that he canceled another one of his tours or something like that. So we gonna see what that's about too as well. Also, in case you guys haven't heard, like he had also lost his silver suit or whatever you want to call it towards Kendrick Lamar and UMG and all those entities and everything like that, claiming that he was being harassed and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Um, and alleged that he was being called, a PDF and all that kind of stuff. So Drake Drake got in his feelings, and which he probably should have, you know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna get in your feelings, don't start a battle you ain't willing to, you know what I'm saying, go the distance with. You feel me? And I think, what a lot of people fail to remember is Kendrick Lamar wasn't the one that started that beef or back and forth between him and Drake. Bruh, it was Drake that started that back and forth between him and Kendrick Lamar on First Person Shooter. First Person Shooter, I mean, yeah, we know they had little tension before First Person Shooter, but First Person Shooter was definitely that shot, that started everything. You know what I'm saying? And from there, it just kind of climaxed. So we gonna get into this video and see. It's a reaction video, you guys, but you gonna hear it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna see it right now, but um, we gonna see what they talking about. You know what I'm saying with this Drake stuff. You did, cause I'm curious to know what's going on, y'all.
Now, when it comes to Drake, things have officially spiraled out of control. In this wild attempt to stage a comeback that absolutely nobody asked for, Drake just pulled one of the boldest and dumbest moves of his entire career. This wasn't just another publicity stunt gone wrong. This was straight up disrespect toward the very icon he once called his idol, Michael Jackson. Yes, the same Michael Jackson whose legacy he once praised is now being used in one of Drake's most questionable moments ever. Drake's always been known for testing limits, but this time, he went way too far. People in the industry are saying it loud. Drake just crossed the line. And the craziest part, it's not even subtle. The man who once wanted to be the new MJ just disrespected the original king of pop in a way that's got the whole music world buzzing with disbelief. And before we dive deeper into this chaotic mess, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe.
I don't know what way he disrespected Michael Jackson. So I guess we're gonna get in there and find out what he done and see what he said or did or posted, to show, disrespect towards Michael Jackson.
Seriously, this one deserves your full attention because what Drake just did could go down as one of the worst PR disasters in recent hip-hop history, because ever since Drake dropped that Nokia video, everything about his so-called comeback has felt forced, fake, and desperate. His team's been working overtime, pushing narratives.
And tell me in the comments what y'all thought about the Nokia video or the song, period. I mean, I guess you could say it was somewhat of a summer jam, but it wasn't my type. I ain't. I mean, I know it's some of Drake usual work and everything like that, but the song, I ain't care for it too much. And it's not because of the beef or anything like that, because there still are some songs that Drake made and has made that I still do listen to, like 100 Band. That's one of my favorite songs he made. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I ain't hating on him or anything like that. But did he fuck up? Yeah, he fucked up big time, man. He did. He really did. And he jumped into a battle. I don't think he was fully prepared for it. You feel me? So Drake, to me, like in a sense, like I think he caused his own downfall. And then him jumping into a female battle don't help him either. Hold up, y'all.
Planting stories, trying to convince fans that the crown still belongs to him. But come on, no amount of marketing can hide what's really happening here. Behind all those flashy visuals and fake smiles, Drake's been doing everything to manipulate the charts, twisting numbers, and stirring beef with Kendrick Lamar just to stay relevant. He's been crafting fake records, spinning false narratives, all to keep people believing he's still untouchable. But the truth? He's slipping. The only thing he truly needed, the one thing that could have saved this comeback, was for Nokia to hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. And trust me, the desperation to make that happen says everything about where Drake's career really stands right now. After dropping...
I mean, how Drake is, you know, as a father and everything like that, we not in the industry, so only someone like Kendrick Lamar would know that type of information. You feel me? As far as in like the PDF stuff, like he showed us signs of that shit might be, you know, kind of true, whether you want to believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? The concert he did, what, 2017 or 18 or something like that, when he brought the young lady on stage, and he was, like, to me, I think he was caressing that little girl. You know what I'm saying? She was like 17, 18 years old, or 16, 17 or something like that. And Drake was like 27, 28, something like that, when he went to Kansas City or Denver, Colorado. I think it was Denver. He was at a concert. You know what I'm saying? And he was basically telling this little girl how her body looked, bro. As an adult, you shouldn't be talking to, you know, a teenage girl that way, bro. I don't give a fuck how she look or what you think she gonna look like when she get, you know, older. You feel me? Like, he put that shit out there on stage. You know what I'm saying? And then the other little chick, what it was, the Millie Bobby girl or Millie Bobby or whatever the fuck her name is, that chick. All those things that's been alleged with him and her and what she said on video. So that when Kendrick Lamar put the PDF stuff in there, he was just putting that in there because that what everybody else was thinking, like, because that was kind of was shown. So, you know, yeah, Drake, like, you gave us them type of thoughts because of what we seen you do on stage and the things that Nelly Bobby or whatever the hell, Nelly Brown, whatever the fuck, Nelly Bobby Brown, whatever the fuck his name is. Y'all know the young lady I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
In his so-called new record, which suspiciously lifted something straight from the Beatles, Drake decided to take things even further. This time, he aimed at the man who was bigger than the Beatles themselves, Michael Jackson. His plan? To surpass MJ with the most #1 songs ever and then brag about being the ultimate artist of all time. Drake really thought that by playing with those numbers, twisting the narrative,
hold up.
the record books, he could convince the world.
Even if you did do that, Drake, even if you outdid Michael Jackson in some kind of way and #1 hit singles and everything like that, bro, ain't nobody still gonna put you on the same category as Michael Jackson, bro. You ain't Mike. You know, records are meant to be broken. You feel me? But what somebody like Michael did to the people, bro, you can't compete with that. You can't compare to that, man. We love Michael Jackson hits. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us damn near know all his motherfucking hits. You feel me? But I can guarantee you, people who love Michael Jackson don't know your hits, Drake. A lot of people that love Michael Jackson and Michael Jackson music, they don't know your damn hits, man. They might know who you are, but they don't know your songs like that, brother. You feel me? So if that's something that Drake was really thinking about doing, gloating that he's better than Michael Jackson, man, stop it, bro. Even if you did, you know, get more hits than Mike, bro, you still ain't Mike. You still wouldn't be better. We still wouldn't view you better than Michael Jackson, eh? Ain't nobody. It's two people that nobody can ever replace or ever, like, the people would never make y'all feel like you better than these two people or greater than these two people has ever become, bro. And that's Michael Jackson and Tupac Shakur, bro. Like, I don't, like, y'all see those are names that motherfuckers use in their music a lot, bro. We hear Prince's and all that kind of stuff, but usually it's Tupac and Michael Jackson because them niggas was the throne, bro, on they different sides of arts and craft, bro. They were what they were, bro, in their genre of music and everything like that, bro. They were the top, the absolute top. They who everybody wanted to be around, who everybody wanted to see, who everybody wanted to have a piece of in their productions or their movies or whatever. Drake, you not that, bro, and you would never be that, bro. We would never ever compare you to Michael Jackson, bro. Ever, period. You compare yourself to Michael Jackson, but we won't. You feel me? You can make all the fucking hits you want, bro, but we not gonna put you on a pedestal higher than Michael Jackson. You always gonna be under Mike. Believe that. That's coming from the blind homie.
That he's gone beyond hip hop itself. But here's the thing, nobody's buying it. Despite all the smoke and mirrors, despite the lies and staged achievements, this desperate move backfired hard. Drake didn't just use Michael Jackson's legacy, he exploited it, and in doing so, he crossed a line you don't come back from. Fans and artists alike are calling it out. Drake tried to manipulate the legends to prop himself up, and it blew up in his face. Now, behind the scenes, OVO has been working overtime. His entire camp, producers, PR, and hang-ons have been scrambling to hold up this illusion that Drake's comeback is real. They're pulling strings, buying buzz, and whispering in every industry ear they can find, hoping to make the world believe Drake's about to reach untouchable levels again. But the truth is louder than any chart position. Everything he's done has only exposed how far he's fallen and how little respect he had.
Exactly, bro. He creating his own self-demise, to be honest, with the shit that he's doing, bro. The Iceman bull crap, that was trash. You feel me? Instead of excuse me, y'all, instead of him making music, he pulling internet antics, bro. Jumping at female battles and all that type of stuff. Allegedly looks like he downplaying Michael Jackson and trying to downplay Michael Jackson work and everything like that, bro. So, like, yeah, he's really, you know, the fall from grace for Drake, bro, it's let's say let's say it's steep, but it's a slow, steep ass fall, bro, because he just gradually, slowly, you know, dropping himself down from the ladder. You feel me? Every day that passes by. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, instead of him getting in the studio, making music, or even just falling back and out the way for a little while, this is what he doing, bro. This is what he doing. I guess he felt like he couldn't compete with Kendrick, so he got to call Michael Jackson out. You feel me, bro? If you couldn't beat Kendrick, how the hell you gonna beat Michael Jackson? Or Prince? Or Pac? Or Ice Cube? You feel me? Shit, how the hell? Bro, just think of if Drake would have went up in a battle against somebody like Method Man or Redman or some shit, bro. Jadakiss, bro. Just think about it. Drake would have ended up in a battle against Jadakiss, bro. Oh my God, bro. Yeah. I mean, Kendrick Lamar destroyed him. I don't think nobody can destroy Drake more than what Kendrick Lamar already did. But yeah, if he would have tried to belittle somebody like Jada, bro, it would have been nasty for Drake, y'all. But Michael Jackson, you choose Michael Jackson, bro? Come on, man.
Short remix, but 3 of 10. In list 10 items. Window view. Double tap to show results. Video player. Tap to activate. But Drake canceled after music so span series 210 views.
For those who paved the way, even now, while he's trying to spin narratives and make Kendrick Lamar look like the villain, Drake's crew, people like Baca from OVO, are jumping into
like
the
how I'm
chaos,
doing that,
trying to balance
like I
the
can see
field
the
and
video
rap.
and shit.
But the more they move, the
Thank God for
faker it
good
all
commentary,
looks.
my nigga.
Drake's
Yeah,
grand
good
illusion of
commentary.
dominance, it's unraveling right in front of everyone's eyes. Drake and his camp have been busy throwing shade, claiming Kendrick Lamar is some awful person who lies and does whatever he wants. But let's be real,
that backfired
hip-hop
for
isn't
him.
buying that nonsense for a second. Everyone sees straight through it. The real game here isn't about who's the better man. It's about Drake trying to drag the spotlight back onto himself and make people forget that his career took a massive hit he still hasn't recovered from. Behind all that fake moral outrage is a much bigger play. A carefully built illusion designed to make Drake look unstoppable again. His team's been pushing a story so hard it almost feels scripted.
How you throw the first punch and then get mad when you get your ass whooped, bro? Hold up, y'all.
His team's been pushing a story so hard it almost feels scripted. They lined up 3 major moments, 3 big wins that they thought would convince the world Drake's officially back on top and even beyond Kendrick Lamar. So let's break it down. First, they dropped this updated record claiming Drake just moved a new career total in units. But here's the catch. They chose now to update those numbers right when the so-called comeback needed extra juice. That's not coincidence. That's calculation. They're banking on casual fans not knowing how these certifications work because unlike Drake, Kendrick doesn't care about those flashy updates. His team hasn't even refreshed his numbers since Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, meaning none of that success has been added in. So when
I think that's the biggest thing that Drake is really missing about Kendrick, bro. While Drake is worried about stats, numbers, all that type of shit, Kendrick don't care about that stuff, bro. Like his Kendrick whole thing is not to break records. Like he's not trying to break records, bro. Kendrick is not trying to, like be the best there is in everything. Like he's not trying to like compete with others with stats or record sales or anything like that, bro. Kendrick is not doing that. It's Drake. Drake the one that's making everything about all that, bro. And as we just seen Kendrick last album sell, shit, Kendrick did what he do. You feel me? But Kendrick whole thing, bro, his main thing is just the people hearing his music. That's all he give a fuck about, bro. Kendrick whole thing is just people hearing his music, understanding his music, learning something from his music, learning who he is, understanding his perspective of life and how he grew up and things like that and what he's seen in life, the trials and tribulations that life threw at him and how he came out of it. You feel me? Kendrick is really telling us about the black experience in his music. Yeah, Drake giving us good summer bops, club bops, and everything, but really, truthfully honest, outside of the females Drake talk about in his music, we don't really know who the fuck Drake is in his music. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole difference between Kendrick and Drake.
0%. Review, 0%. I tried 87 cents to narrow
Shit.
Review. I tried 87 cents to narrow Mantel. Back, but tap to activate. Play video, but YouTube. But pause video, but
insane success has been added in. So when Drake's people brag about totals, it's all smoke. He's flexing numbers that can't even be fairly compared. But they didn't stop there. Drake's PR machine decided to go even bigger, trying to force his name into conversations with all-time legends. Their strategy, make the world believe he surpassed the greats, turn him into the guy who beat history. And to make that stick, they dropped another conveniently timed milestone. Suddenly, headlines popped up saying Drake just passed the Beatles on the Billboard 200 chart for total weeks charted. Perfect timing, right? Another win to wave in everyone's faces. Another reason to tweet about how Drake's untouchable again. But the deeper truth? This was never about the music. It was about manipulation. Every stat, every headline, every achievement has been part of one giant illusion designed to make fans forget the backlash, the fading hype, and the fact that Kendrick's been running circles around him without even trying.
Circles, bro.
Drake's not chasing
Hula
greatness
hoops.
anymore.
You
He's
feel
chasing
me?
obstacles. And the
Fruit
more he tries
Loops,
to fake his way back to
Cheerios,
the throne,
goddamn.
the more obvious it becomes that the kingdom might
Hair
already be
bead
gone.
circles, nigga. You been running
Drake
circles
just
around
seen
Drake
his name
ass.
next to the Beatles would
Daytona
grab attention
500,
no
bro.
matter what.
All
That's the
that.
power of nostalgia and headlines, and he's been milking it for all it's worth. But the real obsession, the thing that's been eating away at him more than anything, isn't just another #1 song. Now, for Drake, it's the #1. The one that would push him past Michael Jackson and crown him as the artist with the most Billboard Hot 100 #1 hits in history. That's been the dream, the goal, the obsession behind this entire Nokia rollout. Drake's plan was crystal
I want to know,
clear.
y'all.
Use
Hold
every
on.
trick,
Let me see if I can
every
ask Alexa. Alexa, how many #1 hit singles does Michael Jackson has?
Michael Jackson had 13 #1 hit singles on the Billboard Hot 100.
So he got 13. Alexa, how many hit singles does Drake has?
Drake has an impressive 359 songs that have charted on the Billboard Hot 100.
notification change.
But-
456 out of list.
Alexa, how many hit singles does Drake have?
Drake has 359 songs that have charted on the Billboard Hot 100.
She not giving me the information I want. If y'all can give me that information in the comments, let me know.
YouTube, device unlocked.
Plan was crystal clear. Use every trick, every narrative, every smokescreen he could to make Nokia the chart-topping comeback anthem that would rewrite the story. The music video, the mysterious
And that shit was
messages,
really,
the
it
calculated
wasn't all
timing,
that, bro.
all
I
of
think
it
it hit
was
the
part of
charts,
one
but I don't
huge
think
push.
it
If
was all that
Nokia
good of a
hit
song.
number one, he could
But
once
if you
again
like the
use
song,
Michael
you like the
Jackson's
song.
name
You know
like
what I'm
a
saying?
stepping stool, just another legend to
It
surpass
just
on his
wasn't for
climb
me.
to greatness. The problem?
I don't think that was the type of song he needed to put out to put him on the
And it only
billboards
gets weirder
or
when you think back to
with the
Family
shit that he
Matters,
was in.
that track where Drake switched the beat and randomly threw shots at Michael Jackson while dissing Kendrick. It made no sense back then, and now it makes even less. It was Drake scrambling for any connection, any storyline, any excuse to make his words hit harder. Instead, it just showed how lost he was in the beef, reaching for anything that might stick. But the irony here is brutal. Remember how this whole feud between Drake and Kendrick kicked off? It started with the Prince versus Michael Jackson comparisons. Kendrick calling himself Prince, the innovator, the artist, and painting Drake as the one trying too hard to be MJ, the performer obsessed with image and validation. And now, all this time later, Drake's actions have proven Kendrick right. Because what we're seeing now isn't just ego, it's exploitation. Drake's using the very icons who shaped the music world as props to lift himself higher, without showing even a shred of respect for what they stood for. Michael Jackson and Prince were about artistry, evolution, and legacy. Drake's about optics, charts, and control. And the more he tries to play God with music history, the more obvious it becomes. He's not honoring the legends. He's using them. And now, as Drake keeps digging himself deeper, we're finally seeing just how wild and how disrespectful his latest stunt toward Michael Jackson really is. Because at this point, it's not even about music anymore. It's about desperation. What's crazy is how in this ongoing story of Drake, Kendrick, MJ, and Prince, one truth stands out clear as day. Kendrick Lamar is the one actually carrying their spirit. Musically, creatively, and even spiritually, Kendrick reflects the boldness of Prince and the depth of Michael Jackson, while Drake keeps slipping further behind, chasing clout instead of legacy. You want proof?
Play video, button.
There you go, man. So, and I kind of agree with that, bro. Drake he's really just messing himself up, bro. He messing up his whole career, bro. His legacy. He's really tripping, bro. And I do think, I can't remember what song it was, but during the beef, he did mention something about Michael Jackson or something like that. That's why Kendrick came back with the bar, Prince outlived Mike Jack or something like that it was, in the Not Like That song, you know what I'm saying, or Like That song with Future, you feel me? So Drake was, he was kind of throwing shade on Michael Jackson, like as if he was better than Michael Jackson or something like that, bro. But I definitely don't think so. But if you think so, you let me know in the comments, man. I don't ever see in Drake, I don't ever see in the people who know what real artistry of music is ever compare him to Michael Jackson or Prince or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Has what Drake done in his,
Take a minute to get yourself with some
Alexa,
fascinating-
stop. Has what Drake done in his career over time, put him in a lane where he can be one of the greatest of all time in his, era. Yeah, but he's slowly tarnishing, his legacy. One, with that lawsuit he had towards UMG and Kendrick Lamar. Then, it's also been confirmed that, that lawsuit was denied. He lost the lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? And him now disrespecting Michael Jackson, someone like Michael Jackson, or feeling like he's better than the Beatles. That's crazy. Like no one would look at you even better than the Beatles, bro. You feel me? True Beatle fans, bro, is not gonna think you better than the Beatles because you broke their records, bro. That's not how it worked, man. Like you haven't touched the people in the same matter that the Beatles or Prince or Michael Jackson has, dude. You just haven't. Have you made great music? to listen to bop to, yeah. But have you made music that can influence a generation to learn anything? I don't. And I've been you part of my generation, Drake. We damn near the same. I think we are the same age, bro. You feel me? So yeah, I know your music, bro. And like a lot of us love your music, bro, or liked your music because shit, it was something to play around the females, dude. You feel me? It wasn't nothing no nigga would listen to while he was smoking or no shit like that. It was for the females, bro. Or it was for a party or something like that, dude. Like it wasn't like we could lay back, chill out, listen to your shit and concentrate on what you talking about, bro. Cause shit, what were you really talking about? Outside, you know, you making #1 hits, you being, you know, the guy to open doors for other artists. You know, you bragged about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's the female, the strippers you was hitting, bro. You talked about a lot of that stuff, but you ain't talked to us about a lot about your upbringing, what you went through in school, what you know, your fights that you had growing up. You know what I'm saying? Disagreements you may have had with family members outside your dad. That's about it, bro. So we don't know you like that, bro. We just know you made some good music. We know you made some hits that we can remember. You know, especially when it's party time, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, y'all make sure y'all hit that like. You know, leave that comment as well. Hit that subscribe button if you hadn't already. And I shout out to Music 101 CEO. If you guys haven't, go check him out. And I want you guys to know, one of my next 500 subscribers, bro, you will receive a free $100 on behalf of the blind homie himself, Rico Richie, and my brand, Grind to Win Productions LLC, man. So I appreciate you guys, and I pray you guys just keep hitting, you know, that subscribe button for me. And I'll see you on the next one.